91.1 FM.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
It's the Real Estate U Show, where we take your typical real estate show and chuck it out the window. Motivating, inspiring, and educating with a laugh or two along the way. Every week we bring you the latest happenings in real estate, new construction, and mortgage lending for both residential and commercial. And now, live, this is Real Estate U.
Hey, it's Happy Saturday. It's the Real Estate U Show. I'm E.L. Crane, and they are not, but we'll get to those people. Plus, we have a trespasser in the studio that can fight, from what I understand. I'm not really sure. Either fight or defend. Which one is it?
I think both.
Okay.
Both, yeah.
I don't want no trouble either way. Okay. Now, we're live streaming at radiotheboss.com, the Boss Global Live Worldwide Network, and realestateyouShow.com. The Real Estate U Show is brought to you by Platinum One Properties, creating the standard in real estate representation, buying, selling, and leasing. That's what they do.
Yes, sir. That's what we do every day.
Now, we're here each and every Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern, and 9 Pacific. Today's topic is opportunities, goals in real estate, as well as defending yourself in the workplace. I just made that up on my own.
I like that.
Thank you very much. I try to do what I can. Now, remember, your REU is nationwide. You can text us question at 800-297-9883. That's 800-297-9883. Now, I am, supposed to announce these places that we do business at and the people listening to us, so I'm going to do it any damn way. Okay. San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, Virginia, New York, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Jersey, Louisiana, Georgia, Illinois, District of Columbia, Maryland, South Carolina, North Carolina,
Alabama.
Pennsylvania, Washington, Oregon, and Tennessee. And I'm still trying to get Alabama off there, but,
Well, that's why I had to, assist.
Nick Saban keeps writing letters to stay on the list. Okay, our studio always includes industry leaders and analysis and comparable in the marketplace. Real estate is about real estate, mortgages, new construction, commercial real estate finance, and the entrepreneurs which drive our economy. Now, we have an entrepreneur in the studio. He's going to talk about defending yourself. We're going to show videos and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm a firm believer in whatever's available, swing it. Okay, but that's just me.
Exactly.
I'm joined by our very esteemed real estate broker, Dina Salazar, Platinum One Properties.
Good morning.
Hi, Dee. How you doing today?
Great. It's a great day.
You had a problem with your hair this morning?
I did.
Okay.
It was out of control.
I know.
This
is my job to point these things out.
This guy over here, he grew up with a bunch of women, and he still wants to make fun of me when my hair's all a mess and stuff like this. Try to pin it down to keep it under control, but no.
I'm here. I'm the police on lots of different levels. And, we also have Matt Blankenship. I think he have a job, but I'm not really sure.
Well, I understand that he does have a job, like unofficially.
Unofficial?
Unofficial, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, so.
I guess Gazella has to approve it.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
he goes to on his interviews. They're like on the fence. Should we hire him? And he pulls out Gisela's picture, and they go, "Damn, we can't tell him no now."
You can't tell him no now.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But he is our mortgage guru, employed or not.
Yes.
And so, Mac, introduce our bantamweight over there. Bantamweight, lightweight, flyweight. Which one is it?
Not real sure.
I don't want no trouble either way.
Black belt.
Black belt.
Black belt. Krav Maga.
That sounds racial, Mac.
The black belt. You want to say white belt?
Go with that.
Belt?
Go to white belt,
Okay.
not the black
White
belt.
For the DGM, right? Disgruntled black man. I can't say black belt. Trey Drake. We've known each other, 15 years or better. He is a black belt in Krav Maga.
Okay.
Runs some very successful summer camps for the youth to learn self-defense.
Okay, so we're gonna get to
I'm gonna let him maybe just kind of explain Krav Maga, maybe in what exactly he does.
Well, we're gonna get through that
Okay.
after the first segment, stuff like that, because he scares me. I'm just letting you know. I do have things to throw over here, though. Yeah. Our hosts and contributors include Eden Vick of Finance of America, Tashara Smith, our productivity coach, Vicky Chiaz of RM Funding, and Kim Gooley of Builder Boost. We just talked about today's guests. Of course, I'm E.L. Crane, and they are not. Mm-hmm. Remember, Real Estate U is the only 2-hour DBM-hosted multimedia radio show in America. Real Estate Show in America. See, I put the DBM.
Yes.
So now we got it covered.
You don't have to worry about the
I don't have
cease
to
and
worry
desist.
about it.
Nope.
This is the only disgruntled black man multimedia real estate show in America. Okay.
Perfect.
Our weekly goal is educate, inspire, and motivate. Class is now in session. You can listen to our previous shows on realestateyouShow.com and our associated podcasts. But before we get to that other stuff, we got to get to the important stuff, which is my City of the Week program.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Trey, we go on a culture trip.
I'm going to do some fact checking.
Culture trip. So I got to
it's
give me a
really
little
hard
fact checker over there.
Really hard to
Fact
beat last
checker
week's.
ready.
Really hard to beat last week's.
Now,
right?
but see, he tries to catch me in lies.
He
But that don't work.
He does.
Somebody has to.
Yeah.
The other day, you almost revealed more disgusting details that he didn't even know about.
See?
So that
Yeah.
was kind
Yeah.
of like
But
too
this
much.
is a family show.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, I'm off here. Okay, we're going to start with our international city.
Okay.
Okay? And Trey, we go into the real estate that's available around the world.
Culture tour.
Culture tour.
Yes.
And we're an international show, so this is what we do. Now, we have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,817 square foot home for $260,000 US at
pretty good.
72 Down That Path Road in Cockburn's Path, Scotland.
What?
Coxburn Path.
No.
Coxburn Path, Scotland.
No.
Yes.
Would you like to go down that road?
Down that path road?
That's almost so vile it might not even be funny.
Coxburn Path?
It can burn, right?
Yeah.
B-U-R-N?
Yes.
Nothing popped up yet.
If I had a good spell check
And
over
I don't
there.
even want to say the word.
Okay, I'll say it for you.
So you say it. You say it.
Coxburn Path, Scotland. Is it a real place?
Coxburn Path. Is it one word or three words?
Coxburn's, one word. Coxburn's Path.
We're gonna make sure you're not making this one up.
I'm not making this up. When have I ever made up anything?
I kind
Well-
of think that you're making it up if he can't find it.
No.
You find
It's a village, right?
it's a village?
In Scotland.
In Scotland.
In Scotland.
In Scotland. Now, would you like to know how it got its name?
Please tell
Okay.
us.
The area has many archaeological remains which indicate it has been lived in and fought over since the Bronze Age, the 1400s. It lies close to the old invasion route from England into Scotland. Coxburn's Path was originally known as Colbrand's Path after a folk-tale giant.
Well, okay.
Coxburn's
then.
Path, Scotland. You want to look? Hey, you want to buy it? You can sell it.
No,
live in Coxburn's Path.
no.
You sure?
No, positive.
right.
I would never live in any city where it had that word in it. I'm not saying it.
And I'm just going to let you know that once you're on the bus, you can't get off.
Can't get off the bus?
Yeah, you can't
Once
get
you're on the
off.
culture
Yeah,
trip, you can't get
yeah,
off. Okay. Now we have our U.S. City of the Week
Okay.
and the real estate available. I have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,286 square foot home for $450,000 at 47912 Short Walk Road in Good Grief, Idaho.
Oh, that's cute.
Cute
to
and being
put
in
together
Idaho,
in time.
I can only imagine why it got its name. Because I'm sure around wintertime, they're like, good grief.
Exactly. That's it. Good Grief,
Hey,
Idaho.
that was PG for sure.
Exactly. I'm trying to do better here.
That
Thank
is
you.
PG right there.
I was tired. That's all it
I
was.
guess. I was like, what's happening?
So tell us how it got its name. Is it even remotely close to what I just said?
No, actually, it was just somebody said "Good Grief" and they went with the name.
Really?
But it was saluted in the 1970s on the television show Hee Haw as having a population of 3 with 2 dogs and 1 old grouch.
You know what? I think I remember that broadcast. And my grandparents made me watch that show.
I used to watch it too.
Yeah.
So there you go,
That's
2
funny.
dogs and 1 old grouch. Okay, you want to Texas City of the Week.
Guess the
And the real estate event, we have a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,806 square foot home for $460,000 at 2309 We One Lane. We One Lane in Mobeetie, Texas.
How do you spell that?
Mobeetie. Mobeetie, Texas.
Mobeetie.
What's that close to?
Mobeetie.
This is
Not Les Beatty, but Mobeetie.
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 It's Amarillo. Okay. So would you like to know how Mobeetie got his name?
Not sure.
Okay. When the town applied for a post office in 1879, the name Sweetwater was already in use.
Yep.
The town took the name of Mobeetie, believed to be a Native American word for Sweetwater. Mobeetie became the first county seat for Wheeler County. That's how they got the name Mobeetie.
Right.
I like
There you
it.
go.
like it.
I like that. That was a good one,
So
right?
catchy.
Yeah, that was PG too.
Best behavior. But you want to go back to the international city?
No, it's a family show.
That's what you say,
But you say whose family? Whose family?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting though is that these rated R names seem to come from international cities.
Yeah,
at
they
least
do.
the vast
They
majority
tend
of them,
to, yeah.
Right? So.
Not all of them. I just haven't done any U.S. cities with the other names. I got it.
Yes,
Trust me, I
exactly.
got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right, well, we'll
So
save that for
we have our
next week.
guest Trey, and we're going to talk
Yes,
about Trey
let's
and
do that.
how he saves people in the next segment and stuff like that.
Great.
And so he must be good because you're still around. That's all I'm saying. You still here. Y'all been friends for 15 years. He's been saving your ass for years. I understand. Okay.
That's why he has him as a good friend.
So I'm E.L. Crane. They are not. This is Real Estate. You will hear each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, noon Eastern, and then 9 Pacific. We're on Facebook Live, Facebook TV, YouTube TV, FM, TV TuneIn, Roku, Vimeo, Apple TV, Sling, Voodoo, Hoodoo, YU, I don't know.
I don't know. Good job, E.L.
So we're going to take a break, pay some bills. Mac's going to get beat up during the break, and we're going to take pictures of it.
Yeah, let's use him as a demonstrator.
Yeah, I think he should be.
I think so.
You think I ought to be the dummy,
The
right?
crash test dummy. Yeah, he's a crash test dummy. Okay, we're going to take a break, pay some bills. All right, we're going back with the Real Estate U Show at radiotheboss.com. Global Live, worldwide.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Associations. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in and we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hey, I'm Sebastian de Villafranca. Together with Daniel Bisoño and Diana Mota, we will bring you the latest information regarding entertainment and gossip all the way from Mexico City. Join us for a really fun hour together only on KLNY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Okay, we're back, and Mac is still here, and the trespasser that can fight is with him.
That's right.
Okay, so
You need to watch it.
And
man.
successfully won. And I took that damn barrette off.
yeah, because she got her hair down.
You know, black belt means he's really, really good.
He's really
And
good.
actually-
What's the
and
thing with the
actually,
racial
I think
stuff? I
third
really
degree-
need you to stop the
a
racial
third
stuff.
degree
Don't
black
get
belt, right?
DBM worked
Second
up.
degree.
No,
using
you know how I feel
yeah.
about racial relations.
Yeah.
So, Trey, welcome.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you
Good to
coming
be
out, especially in a time now where safety is
Exactly.
paramount to the real estate profession. Matter of fact, the whole industry. That'd be real
Yes.
estate, new home sales, even mortgage lenders are going out inspecting stuff like that.
Sure.
Everybody's vulnerable right now.
Everyone, men and women.
That's
exactly.
true.
So
That's
so
true.
it's things like that. And so, are we going to show the video first, or Mac, you going to
Ivan-
talk to Trey first?
Ivan,
How
can you
gonna
get
do
that
it?
video that you can queue up?
There you go.
There we go.
Let's spread out the screen.
So this was
You
a
have the
realtor
volume?
that was attacked outside of her open house.
Yeah.
And the guy was trying to lure her back in the house, and she got a weird vibe.
Wow.
And he went ahead and he knew the camera was on.
Yeah, watch.
He didn't
You should-
care.
watch,
Look,
watch how he
watch him.
shoves her at this point. Yeah. I think we're
Watch
good
what he
there.
does here. He actually
Yeah.
looks at the camera, takes his hat off.
Yeah.
So
Which
he's
was
not
really
worried about
just shows
yeah.
his level of intelligence.
He's a coward too.
And what
Yeah.
you can't hear on the video, what the one thing she believed saved her life, she was screaming
The whole time.
I mean, as soon as he lunged toward her, she began to scream, and so loud, and never stopped until
Never
he
stopped.
ran away.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
and she believes that's what saved her, and I do too.
It was kind of a bone-chilling scream.
It was
too.
horrible,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
horrible. It was clear someone was in distress.
So when we were talking about any situation in which you, or even investors, go to these abandoned homes, stuff like this, people can be in there. That's happened.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
people are camping out in there. They don't have a home and maybe on drugs.
Okay, Evan,
we
I
don't
think
know.
Was his
I
goal
think we're good.
robbery or
Yeah,
something?
she thought he was going to try and rape her if he
Oh.
got her inside the house.
Oh, okay.
He kept on trying to get her back in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's
That's why
like,
I pushed her down.
He's
and
like,
then
I
he
want
went
to.
around.
Can I have some water? She goes, you can go back in there and get it.
Yeah.
And then he goes, can I go use the restroom? She goes, they don't allow it.
Yeah.
And
So
then
it's clear he had alternative motives
He
other
kept
than
making
just robbing
excuse
her.
after excuse,
Yeah.
and she was like, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after he pushed her down in that video, you can't see it, but he actually walks around her and gropes her.
Oh, okay. I saw him walk around. I thought
Okay.
he was trying to take a purse or something like that. So
Yeah.
he groped her.
Groped
Okay,
her.
wow.
Yeah.
And it seems like that is, I'm not going to say prevalent. I'm going to say it's always a risk of that. So how would the individual take a defensive posture without being overt? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Well, in a case like this, it's all about spacing,
Okay.
right? She was pretty close to that guy the whole time. She was also on and off of her phone. I'm not sure what she was doing.
Right.
Maybe contacting somebody. Maybe just nervous.
Right.
It's really hard to know. But she was a little bit too close.
Okay.
And she walked toward the street initially, looking at her phone, and then she turned back and was communicating with him.
Right.
A tactical error that she made that we can learn from is that she turned her back to the bushes, right? Where if your back is to the bushes, right, you got bushes behind you, you got the potential perpetrator to your right. You only have one direction you can go if something goes down. That's left.
That's right.
Whereas had she turned her back to the street, she has three directions she can go.
Oh,
right?
wow.
She can go left, she can go right, and she can go backwards, right? And any variation thereof, right? So tactically, you just got to be thinking about where's my exit in the event that something happens. He pushed her into the bushes, which made her fall down. Maybe that wouldn't have happened had her back been to the street, and she made more space to where he couldn't push her at all. It's most likely that, based on just watching the video, he was hovering at the door for a reason, and I think she's probably right. He was trying to get her back in to the house, right? And he just eventually looks like he probably just became frustrated and decided to just push her down and leave. And so she got lucky in that regard.
Well, he gave up because he was exposed.
Yeah.
But he didn't really care about being exposed because he's sitting there.
And, you know,
He taunted the camera. That was him taunting the authorities. It was him taunting her. You got to think about the psychology of that, right?
Yeah.
There's guys like this. There's a story I saw one time. This man was in his 60s. He'd been in and out of prison multiple times for violence against women.
Right.
And part of his conditions of parole was, hey, we're going to let you out of prison, possibly. And part of the conditions is going to be that you have to go on film and tell us your methods. And then we're going to put that out on the news, and that's going to inform the public of things to look out for. What's interesting is not only was he willing to do that because it's going to help him get out of prison, but he did it with a smile on his face when you watch the video.
Wow.
And if you think about it, there's something called duper's delight, right? And the reality is he probably got away with it more times than he got caught for it.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
That's true.
So
I can totally believe that.
He has totally duped society multiple times. He's proud of what he did, right? And by the way, the last time he went to prison, he was only out for 10 days before he reoffended.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, that's here.
Yeah.
That's here. That's here.
Yep.
Yeah, he has a
Do
real
we know
sickness.
if this person that was in this video if he was ever caught, or do you think that that there was enough of a crime committed that the authority,
assault at the minimum.
Assault at minimum, right?
At minimum.
But obvious he had other motives and
you know, I have a
but
relatives,
and doesn't need to be on the street.
right. But see, I have relatives that are DAs in LA, right?
Yeah.
And just like Trey just said, that wasn't his first time.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't his first time.
Yeah.
And he's basically, because his arrogance was tipping his hat.
Yeah.
That was his arrogance. You never caught me before. That was his arrogance right there.
Yeah.
So that wasn't his first time. So I hope they did.
He was caught. I don't know how the case was adjudicated, but
Right.
he was eventually caught. But here's the reality, right, is only 4% of rapists are ever caught.
Yeah.
The vast majority of crimes that no one's prosecuted. And people who commit crimes like this, he'll get a few years, right? At the most, he'll probably get 10 to 15 years if he has multiple charges, and he'll do 5 and get out on good behavior, and he's back out on the street.
Right, doing the same thing. You know, it's always, I've always had an analysis of people like that. Not that I'm some psychologist, but I've always thought of people that do things like that, how many times they got their milk money took when they was growing up. I literally think that's how I think about those, because they like, okay, I get to lash out now. I get to take advantage of somebody who was vulnerable, because when I was vulnerable as a kid, they took my milk money from me. All right, you know, so I know it's kind of simplistic, but I think it has a little value too.
There's probably some truth in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a little value too. So now, but while we're talking, because you know we have our training center,
Yes.
I could totally see us clearing that thing
We
out.
really should clear that center out and have him come and do some basic self-defense, teaching some stuff, and also, like you said, just I never would have thought to back out and give that multiples. I mean, my mind doesn't think that way necessarily. I do think about things, but no, I didn't think about that.
Well, I've learned that when I go to restaurants, I always let him sit where he can see the door.
That's the rule. Otherwise, I'm not staying.
I'm personally looking for the gunfire because I've done so much in my life. I'm always see where the gunfire coming from.
Running.
I need to see where the gunfire coming from myself. You know, to be directed at me, because I've said a few things over the years.
And who knows, that first ex-wife may still have it out
Exactly.
for you.
That's what I'm saying.
You might need to take some self-defense classes just for that purpose.
See, this is why I don't go outside and I need prescription vitamin D.
Right. No, but it's important to be reminded of these safety techniques that you should use, even if you're not going to engage somebody physically. You know, maybe you're elderly, whatever it is. You can still position yourself, as he said, in a safety, more safe escape routes.
And you know something that I do? Whenever I go somewhere for the first time, be it a shopping mall, be it a store, be it a restaurant, I always back in. I back my car in. I will not park for. If I need to get up out of there, I need to get up out of there. So I need to know where the hell I'm going.
Okay, Bruce Willis.
Seriously, I back in it, and I don't even know where that came from. I just started doing it years ago when I don't know. like you said, escape routes or
Yeah.
so, I just hit the gas and run.
So, Tina, when would you say real estate agents are most vulnerable? Would it be open houses? Would it be showing property? When are they?
Anytime.
Anytime.
It can happen
Really,
anytime.
anytime.
I usually tell agents when you're doing open houses to do it in pairs, if you can.
Okay.
Or, take a friend with you to sit with you. It's just safety first. If you're going to meet a client that you've never, you don't know, you've never met them ever, and you're going to go to meet them at a house, they need to send over a copy of their driver's license. You need to make sure, people at the office have it. You need to check in at the property, and don't go into the property alone if you can help it. But if you must, making sure, that everything, like you said, let the clients go in before you.
Yeah.
Don't let them come in after you.
I even worked, at companies where like the female marketing reps, we all had to do it, but especially the ladies, when they went out on a marketing appointment or sales call, they had to call into the office that they arrived, and they had to call to the office when they were in their car leaving.
Yeah.
It was just it was reflexive at a point, and I'm like, okay, so same with the guys. Call when we get there, call when we're leaving, stuff like that, because sometimes it's not as big an issue or big deal, but there are men get assaulted too.
They do,
Men
and they
get
have.
assaulted too.
There was
exactly.
there was several male real estate agents that have been murdered over the last decade, and along with a handful of 5 or 6 women realtors that I'm aware of, and not to mention the assaults.
Yeah.
That are
So what we're going to continue this conversation because Trey is trespassing and he refuses to leave.
and we're afraid of him.
And we're afraid of him.
Yeah.
We're afraid of him. Anybody that hangs out with that over there. Okay. So so we're going to take us a break, pay some bills. Trey's going to come back and he's going to address some small fundamental things that the ladies should do when they're going out.
Amen.
And something. Okay.
Mister, you know you need it too. Don't be Mr. Bruce Willis backing his car up in the parking lot.
But that's paranoia.
Okay.
This is Real Estate Youth Show. We're each and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, noon Eastern, and 9 Pacific. We're stuck in the studio with him over there.
Mortgage Mac.
Mortgage Mac.
Yeah.
No, he don't have no damn name. Okay, pay some bills, Ivan.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your fusion radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Associations. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in, we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Iris Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, BarbsIrisFloral.com and BarbsIrisFloralBoutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Iris Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Okay, we're back, and Mac wants to do something. I don't know what the hell he's talking about doing over there.
I don't either.
Help me out here.
I think you.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Okay.
video.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
I
put
was
my.
going to queue up a video for us.
Okay, on video?
Yeah,
Okay.
self-defense video.
Self-defense?
Yep.
Coke bottle? Just
Yeah,
saying.
well, you might not have a Coke bottle.
I always got a Coke bottle.
You mean a whiskey bottle?
Okay, same thing. Okay, go ahead. Bring it up, Ivan. So, Trey, you're going to talk about this.
Yeah, what's going on here? This is the last hour of a 4-hour seminar that we do. And it ends with an instructor getting in what we call a bullet man suit, which is a padded suit. And the students get to practice with the padded assailant the things that they've learned over the course of the last 3 hours of that seminar.
Wow.
So what's happening here is her eyes are actually closed. We do that to increase the stress and also simulate being distracted in the real world. The attack comes on and she has to defend herself. And in this particular case, she ends up going to the ground accidentally, and she's having to fight her way off the ground.
Wow.
For most people, that's the first time they've ever used a strike with full force. In that suit, they can kick you, they can kick in the groin, they can elbow in the face, they can do whatever they want, and the instructor is going to be protected. But for most people, they don't truly understand the intensity that they have to use in order to be effective.
And you don't
at
have to be
defending
mad.
themselves.
It's just you have to be focused.
You have to be focused, and you have to hit hard.
Yeah.
And so that allows them to practice hitting hard, right? In a safe context, and in a place where you would never be able to do that anywhere else. Wow. Ultimately, is what it comes
What
down
I
to.
noticed is she was using her elbows, and I think for women, we're not used to using our hands, or maybe don't feel our hands are strong enough. But
Yeah.
I do know that your elbows, probably save you from a lot of hurting your hands.
I like
guess.
this
don't know.
next video. Ivan, you could queue up this next video, and what the man uses to defend himself will surprise you. Do you have that next video?
He's getting choked. He learned how to defend that choke during that seminar.
Oh, man.
And then he's using palm heel strikes. The palm heels, quite frankly, you can use those in a street fight, but in the video they're used to protect him, protect his hands when he's hitting that suit.
It was interesting how he was able to defend himself or get rid of that choke rather quickly.
Yeah.
Trey.
Wow.
Yeah, you saw that?
That's where Krav Maga is unique, is how they address once the attack is already initiated, right? Basically, the founder of Krav Maga looked at other martial arts, boxing, wrestling, things like that, and he said, what from this art makes sense in a street context? Was not interested in anything flashy. What makes sense in a self-defense context? So he stole from all these different organizations to say, this is what we need to be doing, right? And then said, well, that's the fighting component. Right, and you got to have that component. So it's essentially a mixed martial art. But then you have to think about, well, what happens if I'm distracted and somebody comes up behind me and chokes me? Right, the attack is on. They're not punching you; they're grabbing you. It's called a strong arm tactic. Right, they're choking you. What do you do to address that choke? That's where Krav Maga is unique.
And I saw. I'm going to say a fight. It wasn't an assault. I'm going to say a fight. This person refused to let their phone go. Have you seen that? They refused to let their phone go. The phone was inhibiting them from actually
defending
himself, but they would not put the phone down or drop it to the ground or whatever the case may be, and they literally got their butt kicked because they wouldn't put the phone down.
The same thing with your purses. Just take it.
Yeah.
Take the
Was
car.
this
Don't meet me.
Yes, this was about 2 months ago over at Memorial City Mall in the parking garage. Yes, they wouldn't let the phone go. Now, if it had been male, female out of interact, it was 2 women.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't put the phone down.
Oh wow.
Really?
That's the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. My whole thing is, go ahead,
Oh my God.
let me get some feel
Were
for it.
you cheering them on?
I didn't cheer. I was supportive.
my
I was supportive. It's not my fault. No, but I think about things like that. I have seen situations where, why are you fighting to hold on to that purse?
Yeah.
Why, give up the keys and walk away? All that stuff is replaceable. All that stuff is replaceable. How many people have lost their lives over material items? Now, an assault is a whole different animal. It's a whole different animal, to be sure. But at the same instance, it's like Trey teaches self-defense, but you also have to teach yourself self-preservation.
Exactly.
Well, I saw a meme recently that actually said that the average male overestimates his ability to protect himself by 3,000%.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're seeing, right? Is people think, well, I can fight, so I'm going to fight for my purse.
Right.
No, you probably can't fight because you've never practiced it.
There you
right?
go.
Your ego lets you think you can.
Yeah.
And so you need to let that purse go. You need to let that phone go.
Exactly.
Right? There was a man in
Need to let that
East
wallet
Texas that was at a gas station, and there was a guy in line with him. In front of him, in fact, and the guy in front of him was looking back at him like this, almost broke his neck to look at him. The victim is actually, he's got a hat on, he's got his head down, so he can't see anything here. He's not aware of anything going on around him. And he's got his wallet up in his face like this, digging through his wallet. The guy standing in front of him, breaking his neck to look at him, just turns and faces him and snatches his wallet out of his hand. Broad daylight, with witnesses, on camera.
That's right.
Right? Now, if somebody takes your wallet out of your hand, you have to assume that they're going to be willing to fight you to keep it.
That's right.
Yeah.
This guy didn't think that. So, guy takes the wallet, starts to walk out the store, and the victim blocks his exit.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And allows the perpetrator to get 6 inches from his face.
Oh, no.
So, what ended up happening is the perpetrator beats him up, hits him 32 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Almost killed him, right? He ended up being hospitalized. He actually asked that the video be released to inform the public of his tactical mistakes.
Yeah. So what does Krav Maga exactly stand for?
Yeah, Krav Maga is it's Hebrew for contact combat. Basically, a way to think of it is like hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question from Trey on our text. Okay. Why not run?
Yeah. If you can run, you should.
Why not run?
That's great.
Yeah.
If you can run, you should. Sometimes you can't.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're, I'll give you a great example of when you can't run. One of our students had been training with us for quite some time.
Right.
He was a shift worker, so he worked all night. It was about 9:30 in the morning, and he's got blackout curtains in his bedroom.
Right.
He's dead asleep. The rest of the family's gone. He doesn't hear anybody come in the house, and somebody comes in to burglarize the house. All indications are they didn't realize our student was home.
Oh, wow.
So they end up in his bedroom. It's one man, ends up in his bedroom. It's pitch black because the blackout curtains.
Right.
And the guy goes from the bedroom door to the bathroom, connecting bathroom door. At that point, our student heard a noise. He wasn't sure if it was a dream or not, so he just kind of sits up on his elbow and he looks around, and his eyes scan over to the bathroom door, and he sees a silhouette in the door that he doesn't recognize. Right? And at that point, the perpetrator sees him, says, "I'm going to kill you," and jumps in the bed with him.
Oh, my goodness.
And tries to kill him in his bed. Right? What's interesting about this case, there's a couple of things. It addresses your question. And also the question of a weapon. He actually had a handgun that was about 6 inches away from him, but he couldn't get to it because he's having to fight to his weapon.
Right.
Right? He's fighting for his life in his own bed. The only thing that saved him is he had his one leg out from under the covers, so he's able to get control over the perpetrator's arm, drape his leg over his head, and try to break his arm. Well, at that point, the perpetrator bit him on the back of his leg. Now, most people will say, you know what, under stress, they're probably not going to care much about a bite, which sometimes may be the case.
Right.
Stress plus intoxication on drugs or alcohol, maybe that's the case. In this case, our student, who is in a fight for his life, felt that bite. And he said it hurt so bad that there was no way he can maintain that hold. He took his leg off that guy's head and managed to kick the guy off the bed. And the guy ran out the front door.
Wow.
Whoa.
The interesting thing is I saw his leg after that, and it was bruised from knee up to the glute, right? Oh. It was nasty. The police department took DNA samples off that bite and found that guy a year later from that DNA sample.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's great. I'm glad
That
they
is
did
good,
that.
though.
But it's a great example of you can't run,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you're in an elevator. Maybe you are getting out of your car and you don't realize someone thinks that you almost knocked them off the road, right? You cut them off. You don't realize it. You have no idea. You're getting out of your car, minding your own business, and they wedge you between your car door and your car. Where are you going to go?
That's right.
Right? This happened to one of our students. She was raped at the Galleria.
Oh, wow.
Right? She's parked next to a van, had no idea anything was going to be a problem. She opens her car to get in her car door, inside her car. And he comes around the van, puts a gun to her back, wedges her between the car door and the car, tells her to get in the car. Thankfully, she said no. You never go to a second location.
Right.
Right? It's in the parking garage, so there's people walking by while this is going on. She turns around and faces him. He still has the gun. He rapes her standing up, wedged between the car door and the car with people walking by. She's looking over his shoulder at people as they walk by, trying to make eye contact and to look distressed, but no one responded. She was afraid to scream because she had a gun to her stomach.
That's the world. That's the world.
Wow.
That happened to 5 women, by the way, at the Galleria.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I remember some of that made the news a while back.
Yeah, but see, you said something with the why not run. Don't overestimate the value of size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I speak from experience. All right, 6'7", 290. This is like 30, 35 years ago, but I ran into this buzzsaw that was like 5'8".
Yeah.
I was like, get this off me. Okay? Yeah. Don't overestimate the value of size. Size means nothing if the other individual is more intense about disengagement.
Size doesn't mean as much as will.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. It was I was like, okay, this is not working for me. People help.
and I'll tell my lady friends all the time. I've learned this the hard way, and unfortunately, as a woman and being victimized myself once, and I said, you're never. I don't care, even if you've had training, I tell women, do not think you're going to be able to physically go one-on-one with a man fighting, and just I say run, like the text message came in. If you can manage to break free, run for help. Don't try to beat somebody down. I think that they're quite right. I mean, get away. Your life is much more important than any items you may have, material items.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Your life is
But isn't
precious.
the overall objective of CRAW is to put you in that position to where you can defend yourself and then either run or put yourself in a position to subdue the individual?
Well,
what's the overall objective?
The goal, first and foremost, is to be able to go from a position of disadvantage to a position of advantage.
Okay.
How you follow up after that is entirely up to you. It's just your goal is to make the attack stop. Right. And so if you can't run because they've already bear hugged you, or you can't run because they've already put the bar of their arm around your neck from behind, or they've already put a knife to your neck, you don't have a choice but to effectively address whatever attack is occurring. And most people don't know how to address those attacks. Right?
And
so they're not effective.
Before we go to break, it's not about winning people, it's about surviving.
It's about surviving.
It's
You're
about surviving.
absolutely
It's not
right.
about winning, it's about surviving. So Trey, how to get in contact with you?
KravMagaHouston.com.
Okay.
We have 3 locations in town that are our locations, one out in Katy, one in Spring, one at 59 in Kirby, and then we have a joint location with Tap Out Fitness in the Spring area as well.
Because what we want to do is give them your website again.
KravMagaHouston.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Krav Maga.
Because we're going to try to coordinate something for the agents over at our
That'd be a
office.
great idea. Great idea.
It's not about you, Matt.
Yeah,
It's about him.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but-
so if you're Houston
But
realtor,
I brought him.
we would like you to.
I'm not giving you no extra credit,
Yeah.
Matt. Whatever.
text in, let EL know you're interested
Yeah.
in attending a class like this for self-defense, because we want our realtors and lenders to be safe out there as they're working and visiting clients and sites, and this would be
And how
great.
much time would you need, Trey?
A couple of hours.
Okay.
A couple of hours for initial training. We can get a lot of work done.
Okay. Do we need to bring in mats or just an open floor is enough?
You can do just a regular floor.
Okay.
You think maybe we could get EL dressed up in that suit that you?
I would
you
love
have
to
up
see
there?
EL in that suit.
Does the phrase double hell no mean anything to you? Okay, this is Real Estate U. I'm EL Craig. They are not. This is Real Estate U show. We're here each and every Saturday, whatever, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. RadioTheBoss.com streaming live. Trey, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
We look forward to working with you and having a class at BRPS title and not inviting Mac. Okay. Let's go pay some bills, Ivan.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Associations. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in and we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hey, I'm Sebastian de Villafranca. Together with Daniel Bisoño and Diana Mota, we will bring you the latest information regarding entertainment and gossip all the way from Mexico City. Join us for a really fun hour together only on KLNY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Okay, Mac did the right thing, brought a good guest in, because normally he screws that kind of stuff up. Okay. I'm EL Craig, they are not. This is the Real Estate U Show each and every Saturday on Radio The Boss, and that's RadioTheBoss.com, 91.1 FM in the beautiful Woodlands, Texas. I don't think so, but that's just what I'm supposed to say. Okay? You can see us Facebook Live, Facebook TV, YouTube TV, Live, Roku, Vimeo, Apple TV, TuneIn, FM TV. What else is it? Voodoo, Hulu, Sling. Yeah. Oh, what new? I don't know. Okay. So, you get this kind of stuff going on. But now it's about back to basics.
Yes.
Okay. Because, see, we have some of us in the studio who are gainfully employed.
And others who are not.
And others who are transitioning from wino to whiskey. Okay.
That's funny. But you know, that was a really good segment, though. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, I like that. You did the right thing for a change. It's a rare thing, but you know, you did okay.
Can you imagine the stories you tell? You imagine yourself
I
being
can
in
only
that,
imagine.
yeah, being in that situation,
There's
and what would you
nothing more
do?
horrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of motivated me. I think
see,
maybe I'll go.
It's wrong to say this, but it's not really wrong to say this. I think people, men and women, need to be more aware how they project themselves out to how people perceive them, because you wear what you want, but you don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you should wear gaudy jewelry that makes you susceptible, male or female. I don't think you should take out big wads of cash, male or female, you know, stuff like that. I've seen people put a stack of money on the counter at the bar. Okay, who are you trying to impress?
Right.
You're trying to get somebody to bust you in your head what you're trying to do. So little things like that, I don't think that's, and it's not a male or female thing, but it's just be smart about it.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Yes,
I think it's the good
Mac,
first start. You know, because today we're always got our heads buried. I'm guilty, buried in our cell phone or talking on the phone, and just not being aware of our surroundings. So.
And my whole thing is, I get everything in my car set up before I leave with the doors locked. You're not going to pull open my door when I'm sitting there getting my thing straightened out so I can maneuver and stuff like that. But people, like you said, you got to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, and with as much as you travel, I would imagine that would be a good safeguard.
Yeah. And
as much as real estate agents travel. Yeah,
constant vigilance. You got to be vigilant about your safety and surviving.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And surviving.
Good stuff.
This is the Real Estate You Show. I'm E.L. Crane. They are not.
We are not, for
No
sure.
way.
They are not.
Absolutely.
They are
No
not.
way. We're not.
So all that kind of stuff. No. Plus, now, I have a new mission.
What is it?
Oh,
I wasn't able to get Dina married by Christmas.
yeah.
God, here we go.
So my goal is Valentine's Day now.
You know what they say? Hey, if you don't hit your goal, you just move it out a little bit,
a
right?
little bit.
Even if I got together with somebody today, I'm not gonna get married in a month. You know?
If we do this right, this can happen for you.
But me and Dina are curious. You know, you stated last week that you were
I'm in love.
You're in love.
I just
right?
haven't identified
But you
the
just
person.
haven't found the person yet. So
Right.
any luck with that this week?
Yeah.
Hell no.
No.
Oh God, help us all. I'll tell you what. When E.L. finally falls in love, man, I
That
don't
poor
know.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna need counseling.
I'm gonna quote my sister. Make sure she got a therapist on
She's gonna need counseling or whiskey, one or the other.
She's gonna need something.
I misunderstood. That's all that.
That's okay. Well,
But Dina, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Okay. Now, can a home depreciate in value?
yes.
What would make a home depreciate in value? Because there's only so much land out there.
Well, what happens sometimes is you might have a business go up in front of it or right next to it that's not necessarily make nice to look at.
Okay.
You may have a neighbor that if you're not living in an area where there's not an enforceable HOA, or something like that. I've seen people move out of homes and take a hit because the neighbor next door doesn't do anything to their yard. It's a mess. They have roosters running around and goats and who knows what. And I'm just giving examples of different things that have come up, but it's really hurt the resale value. So.
I don't have a goat or
But it also could be just basic economics of supply and demand too,
Really?
which we experienced in the Great Recession. Yeah,
there was an overabundance of houses.
there was an overabundance of houses,
right.
and demand dropped off pretty.
I got
pretty
a question
rapidly.
for you.
Sure.
Even though you don't have a job. I love saying that.
Yeah, I know. Wait till I get that job, dude.
I know you. Then
You just
I
wait.
know, it's
Then
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
hard
go.
not,
So when you gonna get fired again?
I'm just being picky.
Okay. Explain debt to income ratio. Remember, we're back to basics now.
Okay,
Gotta
so
get
we're
there.
doing real estate now. So,
Exactly.
so the debt to income ratio takes your gross income
Yes.
and measures that by the total amount of monthly payment debt. And when I say gross, it's gross monthly,
Not what they take out of taxes.
not what they take out. So
Right.
we use the gross, and then we add up all of your debt, including the house payment. So so we're talking total debt to income ratio because there's what we call a front ratio, which just measures the housing payment
Right.
versus your gross income, and then there's the total debt to income ratio, which measures all of your debt plus the house payment. And so we take your total debt, house payment, and divide that into your gross income, and that percentage is your total gross
So
debt,
what's
total debt to income
what's a
ratio.
good percentage?
You know, in the industry, say for an FHA loan, they, you know, because, you know, incomes have not really kept up with costs, and we've
Right.
talked about this on the show,
Right.
that, you know, they've expanded that to, say, 57% of total gross income now.
Well,
On
okay,
a
you
government-
said
on an
57%. But if I'm like 75% debt to income ratio, I still got 25% left over. So
Yeah,
why
that
can't I
doesn't
go?
fly. That's not enough.
No,
No,
Oh, you have to
because
have
the rest is probably
contingency
going
money.
to
Okay, for
taxes.
emergencies.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
you have contingency.
Yeah, so, but on conventional, typically conventionals will not allow you to go above 50, but personally, I think, you know, it's prudent to keep that number. For me, I would keep that number under 40, and I'd like to keep that front ratio under 20.
I was more in the 43 to 45.
Yeah, I think that's an acceptable number if you're good at,
43.
and, you know,
I
and
didn't say I was good. I'm saying I can do 43,
yeah,
45.
yeah.
I'm going to mess it up.
yeah.
You know. But you go buy three new custom suits. I was compelled by a higher power.
Oh my goodness!
Is that,
yeah.
would you call that an ex-wife?
Oh, hell
Higher
no.
power?
No.
Okay.
That no, lower power. Okay. I mean, I'm there or not. Okay, now.
Did that answer the question?
That answered the question.
Great.
Thank you so much. You contributed even though you're unemployed. Yeah, he's unemployed.
I know.
It's been a month now.
You know, he's thinking it's vacation now.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah.
You know, I've been spending a lot of time with my grandson too, Mason.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
we give
is-
you a pass on
Hey,
that.
that is
Yeah.
the cutest baby I've ever seen, and he needs to be on commercials or
Yeah,
something.
Mason is cool. His
Yeah.
grandpa. Not
Yeah, oh yeah. We're talking about Mason right
Yeah,
now.
we're talking about Mason right now. Not his grandpa. Okay, not his grandpa at all. His grandpa, he just like refuse. Okay, before we go to break, Ivan, could you please bring up number 3? This is our field trip next week.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
field trip.
great.
Okay, this is our
Am I
field
going?
trip. Are you a realtor? He wants to be a realtor.
You can be an
Click on
honorary
all
realtor.
photos, Mr. Ivan. Okay, next week, January 17th, the Real Estate U Show, and some of the BROAC realtors, and some of our mastermind realtors. Okay,
I think he's targeting me with that comment. What
I
do you
did think so.
we are taking a road trip to New Braunfels. Flash through that, Ivan, and going to see this house
Cool.
and tour this house and tour this property. We're going to get there in the daytime, so we're going to get the daytime view of all this elegance and beauty on this luxury road trip. We're taking a luxury tour bus, drop down screens, mimosas and breakfast on the way up there, so forth and so on, to go see this too. And this is our good friend Jen Tran with KW Memorial and the luxury team. They're all going to be on the bus together. And what all of the agents are going to get is they're going to get 3 hours CE credit for this trip as well.
Okay.
Look at this. We get to
That
see
is
all
beautiful.
this here.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to go up there and see all this stuff. And in New Braunfels, Texas, a $2.3 million home that has every conceivable built-in and toys to go with it. The landscape, the fire pit, the infinity pool, its private lake, the covered pad. Look at that.
I mean, what
I'm just going to go out there and
great
just take me a
layout.
nap. I'm
Yes.
Look at this.
Yes.
This is what we're going to check out and tour this house. And we're going to, and I'm making my life easier because I'm going to have everybody do their own mimosas. I'm not pouring your liquor.
No,
for
no,
you.
you don't need to be doing all that.
I'm going to sit down and pour my own damn drink. So this is what we're going to do. But see, these are some of the things that the Real Estate U Show,
Look at
there'll
that
be some
view.
future events.
Look at that view from the patio.
Yeah,
Oh,
that will allow Mac to go on.
All right, man.
Okay, we won't let you go on a couple
You're
of
gonna let
your
me
field
go.
trips.
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
field
Yeah.
trips,
I
stuff
appreciate
like
that. Do I need to maybe bring a pass or something?
No, just have a job.
Okay.
Yeah. You're lock down that job first.
Lock down that job first because you can't go nowhere without a damn job.
That's right.
Okay.
EL's not going to be paying your
I
way.
know, you got to get on the bus, be able to get your own drink.
That's right. That's right.
So, but we're going to have trips like this with the Real Estate U Show and some of our partners with BROAC and GHBA. And this one is where we're going is Bulverde, Texas, which is 15 minutes outside of San Antonio. To after this part, we're going to Bulverde where they have 1 acre home lots. And we have the custom builds. We're going to click on that. through one of the next segments, but this is what the Real Estate Youth Show is going to be doing in 2020. We are going on the road, people.
Going on the road.
We're going on the road.
And Matt can't go till he get a job.
Look at that garage. Oh my God, that garage.
Look at that garage. That's the
floor.
toy center.
Wow.
Look at the floors.
Right.
That is fantastic.
That's the toy center. We're going to go through the toy center.
I
That's
like
the toy
that.
center right there. So this is what we got going on. We have this, we have luxury showcases going on in the Woodlands and in Houston and Afton Oaks. But these are things that we're going to address as we move along this year in 2020. And, you know, right now we are caretaking Mac because he's unemployed. But as soon as he's employed, we're going to let him be engaged with people who have a paycheck.
Who have jobs.
You know what's cool though, you know, what I'm seeing in the journey that we're taking with BROAC and our, you know, Wise Wednesday group and so forth, and these type of trips, is EL has really laid out a unique way of marketing these luxury properties, and it's smart. It's getting the top producing realtors in the area to take a look, and their buyers who come from all over the place, and really bringing attention to some of these beautiful homes. I love that, and back on Mac, you know, his experience, I mean, I still have clients, they have 100 questions. They're not ready to buy yet sometimes. And it's like, you know, they call and just like they need an education. What is debt to income and how does that work?
Yeah.
You know, when should I, you know, start buying? What is my payment looking like?
Exactly.
And so forth.
Exactly.
So, you know, when you put together the right people, which EO has been, you know, trying to do in this past year and has successfully done so, getting the right realtors to help educate, the right lenders in place, and so forth, you know, the right team, the right title company, things are looking great.
Okay.
Yeah.
2020.
Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, that was
okay.
nice.
You shouldn't include him, though.
Yeah, that was
okay.
nice.
You know,
No,
the
you
only
don't have to.
include-
He helps out my clients.
But not until they get a job.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not until they get a job.
All right.
Okay, we're going
I've
to
been
take a
helping
break.
people leaving without a check.
I know you have. That's what I'm saying.
How you going to give them information? You don't know the hell you're talking about. Okay. You got to have a job to know what to talk about.
my gosh.
We're going to take a break, pay some bill. This is the noon
Take
hour
us out, Ivan.
of the Real
Yeah.
Estate Youth Show. Take it out and pay some bill because it's Mac's fault.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your fusion radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Associations. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in and we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Arts Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, barbsartsfloral.com and barbsartsfloralboutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Arts Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it.
when I did not know no pain.
If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll,
Gonna spend it.
we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Okay, we're back, and Mac is still here.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
going.
I'm going to be
and
here
he said
for
he
another
wasn't.
56 minutes.
Yeah.
Does he have to?
Can you make it?
I'll do the best I can.
Can you make it?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, I'm just not used to being around an unemployed person this long.
He's trying not to look to the left.
You know what?
but
FINE
he
is an acronym for frustrated, irritable, neurotic, and emotional. Yep.
What is?
Fine.
Well,
Frustrated, irritable, neurotic, and emotional.
I like it. Can I get
Yeah.
a T-shirt?
Yeah. Yeah, you only get one that says DBM, and that's about it.
Yes, I represent us well. Now, I don't know what this means, but what is a one-time show listing?
One-time show listing. Well, I don't know, what that could be. I've never heard of it before.
Okay.
I can only imagine that they've priced it so low, or it's some kind of a deal that they're imagining multiple offers.
Oh, okay.
And so they're giving a one-time time slot.
Okay, got
and
it.
that would make sense to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
like an auction or something
Yeah,
like that.
kind of like an auction.
Okay. Now, this is another question for you because we don't want to overburden the unemployed fellow over there.
Oh my God!
And so, are these questions for this week or are they last week? Or
This is a combination of last week and this week.
Yeah.
They don't know you have employment on the horizon, so we just deal with Okay, what's the difference between a listing agent and a selling agent?
A listing agent is a person that actually works for the seller.
Okay.
The selling agent is the person who finds the buyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
So when I hear buyer's agent, they're actually selling agent.
Right.
Okay, got it. Okay. So do they have cross purposes sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes you act as an intermediary, and you can be the listing agent and the selling agent at the same time.
Oh yeah, I want all the money.
Yeah, sometimes, and as long as you do it properly and have the addendum set up, the intermediary status filled out, and information about brokerage services given to all parties. And,
So what would be improper? I didn't know these things.
the improper thing would not to have
you out of
those-
trouble.
The best thing you can do is assign an intermediary from your office.
I'm not giving up no money.
Well, even if you negotiate with somebody in your office a smaller fee, you take a huge liability off of yourself.
Here.
You can do that.
Okay.
Especially during the negotiation phase of a contract.
Okay.
That's a short phase. It's
Okay.
about maybe a week's worth.
They don't have to do anything because you've already shown
you've
the
already
house.
got the person secured, and you can negotiate sometimes with your colleague, and that really takes a burden of liability off you in
Okay.
terms of somebody feeling that they weren't quite represented properly, and that can happen because it's an emotional process. If anybody's ever sold or bought a home, you know how that can be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's what I would recommend.
All right. See, that's Dina Salazar of Platinum One Properties because she know her stuff. Okay. Now I have a question for Mac.
Oh no.
Okay. I have a question for Mac, and this could be answered either by unemployed or employed loan officer.
Okay.
Either way, huh? That's probably a loaded question,
Oh my
folks.
gosh, Mac.
Oh no.
Okay. What's the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved?
Well,
Back to basics now.
yeah,
Talk to
so-
them like they're five.
So pre-qualification is just basically an assessment, usually by your loan officer, based upon the application,
Okay.
income or credit capacity.
Okay.
Yeah, not but and typically, or there's two types of pre-qualification, and if you look at the qualification letters that we use here in Texas, I think it's Form A. Form A is the qualification letter, and within the framework of that letter, it says that it's qualification, and it'll say whether or not me as the loan officer, whoever your loan officer is, has reviewed your financial documents, credit, income, and assets, either verbally or in writing.
Okay.
And I encourage borrowers when they're going through that pre-qualification process, and Dodd-Frank does not allow us to demand that they give us this information, but I encourage folks to supply their income docs and their asset docs, just so that if I present a qualification letter to Dina and she's making an offer on a home, that within the framework of that letter, I can state that, hey, this person is qualified, and I have reviewed and used my 26 years of experience to review their credit, their income, and their assets to qualify them.
And and something else along those lines. I'm sorry,
but approval is really much different.
Yeah, because it's more extensive.
It's more extensive, but it's actually we go the only person in a mortgage company that has the authority to approve a loan is an underwriter.
Right.
Right. And so if you have as a industry professional, you should not be using pre-approval letter unless that you have an approval with an underwriter's signature.
Okay, this was my question. Okay, and this happened to a friend of mine yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday, all right? At what stage is fraud usually found? And I'm gonna back that up with what happened yesterday. What stage is fraud usually found?
I think in today's world, underwriting and processing are really educated on how to look for fraud, because when we go through the processing phases, we do some really in-depth. I forget what the vendor is, but we don't do background checks, but we pull some extra reports in the background to see. And we do fraud alerts on our credit reports to see if there's any mismatches regarding the Social Security numbers, or if there's name differences. We might ask you to give us some explain name variations and that sort of thing. But I would hope that we would find that before we would actually go to closing.
Right. Because this is what happened yesterday. This guy submitted some loans to acquire some investment properties. 5 at one time, right? And I'm going to use the phrase, he was so stupid, okay?
And that's being politically correct, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Totally politically correct, right. He was so stupid. Why would you cut and paste the lines of a bank statement and think they're not going to see the line crooked?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, you had one line going straight across, and then you had another one tilted up, right?
See, that's the best kind of crook, man, because you're going to catch that person.
You're going to catch him all day long, right? And so they called him, all right, and says, if you come in here, we're going to call the police.
Whoa.
Was this a mortgage company?
This is a mortgage company.
Okay.
If you come in here, we're going to call the police.
Was he applying for a mortgage for 5 houses, or was he applying for a commercial
loan? He was trying to
loan?
acquire 5 investment properties.
All at once?
All at once.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So because the LO is a friend of mine, right? So he scanned and showed me the shit. I said, okay, he's stupid. There was nothing about this document that was going to get through. Okay, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing about this document is going to get through. And my whole thing is, if you're going to be a crook, proofread your stuff.
Proofread yourself. I'm going to tell you what.
You're gonna be a crook.
You have to have nerve to steal to do
don't
that.
be a crook.
Okay.
Do not be a crook.
No, I'm going to go with it. If you're going to be a crook,
Don't be a
proofread
crook.
it.
Don't be a crook.
He says don't be a crook.
Eventually you get
But
caught.
the whole thing is, you got crooks out there, so I'm trying to help them.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're going to be a crook.
Hey, at the closing table, in every closing they have, if you've committed fraud and we find out, you can go to prison for 10 years or more. I don't know, 10 to 20 years or something like this.
But as long as they get that check, they're incentivized to go ahead and say, I'm not committing fraud.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They're incentivized not to commit fraud.
But let's go back to that pre-approval. To answer that pre-approval, for a pre-approval letter to be issued, it should have an underwriter's signature in the file that an underwriter's reviewed the credit, income, and the assets.
You know, it's my 2 youngest sons' mother is underwriter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's underwriter.
Yeah. Okay,
we're going to take a break because Mac actually knew what he was talking about just then. Who knew? This is the Real Estate U Show here each and every Saturday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, noon Eastern and 9 Pacific. I'm joined by the lovely Dina Salazar. I had to let my hair down because EO's going to give me grief if I didn't.
I know.
And then what is he? You know how you have what they call them, the preteens? He's like the pre-employed. So you got preteen, pre-employed. Okay, and our pre-employed loan officer over here, our mortgage guru, Mac Blankenship, because I'm not saying that other thing.
Mortgage
Mac.
Okay, he can say it over there. Okay, pay some bills, Ivan, and I'm going to try to behave myself on the break.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the best I can.
I hope so.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your fusion radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Associations. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in and we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hey, I'm Sebastian de Villafranca. Together with Daniel Bisoño and Diana Mota, we will bring you the latest information regarding entertainment and gossip all the way from Mexico City. Join us for a really fun hour together only on KLNY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Okay, this is Real Estate U Show here each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm E.L. Crane, and they are not. We are talking real estate and going back to basics, but there are also things that are going on for us this year, from the luxury field trips, like we have our first one on January 17th, and Matt can't go. If he'd have been employed when we booked everything, we'd have let him.
But he said if he can get that official employment documentation,
I'm going to bring it. I'm going to
There's
bring
no
a guest
crashing.
pass.
There's no crashing. There's no crashing.
he might just even follow us in his car. I think he wants to.
He could
I'll
do
bring
that.
you a whiskey flask. How about that?
Got my own.
Yep.
1 gallon whiskey flask.
You got to do better than that.
Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. Okay. So we have a couple of luxury showcases coming up.
Cool.
Our first one of the year is going to be January 23rd. Please bring it up, Ivan. And it's going to be at 2610 South Wildwood Circle for $2.495 million. And it's Jeremy's.
Oh, wow.
Click on all photos. It's Jeremy's. Look at this. So we're going to scroll through this here.
Wow.
Good job, Jeremy.
Yes. So Jeremy got this thing going over here. He set up that we're going to have the suit store there, the jewelers, the perfumes and colognes. We're going to have the shoes, the handbags, everything with the pop-up stores and stuff like that. And Blend, the bar, cigar bar in the Woodlands, they're going to shuttle our guests from Blend over to the Carlton Woods property on the Blend shuttle bus. And they're going to have rolling cigars there and everything. Because when we do something, we do it right.
That's right. That's right.
Nice. So this is the first luxury showcase of 2020. And this beautiful $2.495 million home, our good friend Jeremy Harris. So people are going to step in there. We're going to walk and tour this property. We're going to have foodstuffs and servers and champagne and stuff like that. And if Mac behaves himself and he's gainfully employed, we're going to let him participate. Okay, but he got to be gainfully employed because he got all that old dropping in. No,
we can't have any of that.
Mooching on stuff. No, we can't have that. Okay, but this is a beautiful home over in Carlton Woods. 5 minutes, actually less than 10 minutes from the Woodlands Mall. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this.
It's
beautiful.
Look at this, and it's a huge site. And this is the things that we're going to have. Music, we're going to have a jazz trio, we're going to have a DJ, we're going to have the whole shoot match. We're going to have, this time we're actually going to have drawings. You don't have door prizes at an event like this. You have drawings.
That's right.
You have drawings. There's a difference between drawings and a door prize. Yeah. And plus, I'm a snob. Let's not lose sight of that. Okay.
That's for sure.
So we have all this stuff, and it'll be seating. It's going to be really, really nice. This is our first one. Look at this house. $2.495 million.
That's fantastic.
It's a beautiful home. And so this is our first luxury showcase for 2020 with BRPS title, the Real Estate U Show, the Real Estate U Show studio team. That includes Mac.
It does include Mac, yeah.
Jesus.
See, you're trying not to have him on board, but
he's like
a
rag.
You say, once you're on the bus, you can't get off.
I know.
Yeah.
You forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He's a part of the studio and the show and stuff like that.
Once you're on the bus, you can't
That's
get off.
just too much pressure. Okay. That's just too much pressure on me. I got to be nice to him. I don't know about all that old stuff. Look at these
If
guests,
you were
man.
nice, I would think something was wrong.
That's true. Well, we already know about my safe phrase is, tell Mac I love you. They're going to send out the army to come get me.
Right, exactly. We done got that safe phrase down.
We got a safe phrase. He safe phrase. He love Mac. Okay. Go get him.
Call
Something
the
wrong.
police.
There's something wrong.
Send somebody
There's
over.
something wrong. So we got to do this. Look at that tub. Now, it's a foot tub for me, but I think little people like Mac can fit in it. I'm not sure.
I tell you what, I will not be sitting in that tub. All those windows open like that. I'm not.
I'm not going to be in the backyard. You can go ahead and do it. Oh, but look at this.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Okay.
What?
Is that a mirror in the shower?
That's an outdoor, like a little outdoor shower.
Outdoor.
Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You can stand out there in the grass.
That way you rinse off after you get a pool.
After the pool, right.
Yeah.
There's a pool shower.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's right. Look at it. Look, there's that tub.
Yeah, I told you I ain't going to be getting in that tub if I live in that house.
That's not EL out there.
Everybody, the neighbor looking over. It's like, oh, no.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's the view we're going to see that night.
That's great.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's what we're going to see that
that's
night.
That's a great size pool.
So that's January 23rd. Carlton Woods will going to let our listeners and watchers know, as well as our luxury agents who are participating out here in the Woodlands and those who are going to come from springtime and stuff like that. So that's what we do here at the Real Estate U Show.
Very
luxury
nice.
showcases. We have to include Matt because he's part of the studio. We're going to have to write some new rules.
Yeah.
Just because you're part of the studio, you don't get to participate.
Oh, what? Oh, my.
Okay. So, thank you, Mr. Ivan. You're such a cooperative individual. I don't even know what to say about you.
Thank you, Ivan.
Okay, now, Mac.
Yep.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah? You still got this all lovey-dovey stuff going on?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I was still ill. Okay. The most shocking thing to me in the last 3 months
is
the conforming rate. $510,000.
Yes.
That is, what was it, like 270?
I remember it was 203,750.
Exactly.
in like 1993. Yeah,
Exactly.
So
$510,000
Yeah,
is
that's
the
pretty
conforming
darn
rate.
good.
That used to be a jumbo number over what was it, 430 or 450 or something like that? It was considered jumbo.
484, 350 last year.
No, I'm
This
talking
year.
about it was just jumbo when you got to $500,000 before.
Yeah, now it's 510, 400.
Yeah. So why do you think that happened?
House prices have increased so substantially since the Great Recession.
But you know, they still got a whole bunch of stuff that's less than $400,000. That's really, really nice here.
Absolutely, but not necessarily true in other markets.
That's true.
Yeah, like
That's true.
you know, California is struggling with house prices, and
We don't struggle in California.
Northeast,
We gouge.
Yeah,
There's a
you
difference.
gouge.
We
That would be a
gouge.
good way to put it. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I think it you know offers a lot of opportunity for people that are looking in that 650 range, and if they put down 20% or put down enough money, they won't have to do the non-conforming loans or what we call jumbo loans, because the jumbo loans from an underwriting standpoint are just far more difficult than the conforming loans because of the way the Dodd-Frank rule was written for ability to repay and safe harbor with Fannie and Freddie.
But why such a disparity between the FHA loan limit and the conforming loan? I mean, that's almost, what is that? That's
FHA,
almost,
FHA is in
it's like
the
it's 331.
Yeah. So I think FHA typically runs about 80% of whatever the conforming is.
Yeah, but you would think, you know, because the values are going up. Of course, they have some jumbo FHA rates in California and in the Northeast and the
high cost areas. They do.
stuff like that.
Yep.
But I was just like, 510,000 is the conforming rate.
Yeah, but even FHA.
331?
331.
331, 760.
Yep, 760 for this market. You still get a lot of house for
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In Houston, Texas.
Houston and
in the
surrounding
outlying
areas,
areas.
300
But see,
You get a lot of house.
I need a loan that's going to make sure I don't have any company. So that's somewhere in between FHA and conforming. I need to be behind a gate. I need a guard, you know, no unwarranted visitors.
And no windows in the front of the house so
No.
people can't peep in.
Exactly.
And see your
I don't
home.
need none of that right there.
Like you just need a dog.
I'm getting one. German Shepherd. Thank you very much.
Well, he
Not a
had-
bobcat,
after he
but a
got rid
dog.
of Robert, the
I need
bobcat.
Robert back. So snitching neighbors. Well, it's not this neighborhood I live in. It's my old neighborhood. They snitched me out.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get one in this neighborhood. But this is not a gated neighborhood, though.
Huh?
No,
It's not.
no. No.
You can't do
I
that.
can't do that.
EL's
They're not
always trying to go against the grain. I'm sorry, you can't have wildlife living in your house.
Robert was not wild. He was not.
Yeah,
he was a wild animal, but he was not wild.
He was a bobcat, okay?
But he wasn't wild.
All right.
How many people you know can walk their bobcat on a leash?
So, you know what I think what we need to do is we need to get a roll your eyes meme for the screen when he says something like
Yeah, we
that.
just
What do you
punch
think?
the button
Or just
and
you and
then-
I just roll our eyes.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
like, okay,
just-
here we go.
Here we go. Good.
Y'all just so hard on me. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, when we come back, because we're getting ready to go take a break, right? I want to talk to you about jumbo loans.
Okay.
Because they're getting kind of scary. They're good loans, especially on the title side. But
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break, pay some bills, and I'm going to reflect upon my late great cat, Robert.
Yep.
You see what I
The
said?
bobcat.
Right?
That's-
He
it
was
wasn't
not
a
wild.
cat, it was a bobcat.
But he wasn't wild.
Yeah.
Think about this for a second. My
So let's
bobcat
roll
could
our eyes
walk the
again. You ready?
neighborhood.
Dana.
Yeah, right.
Neighborhood. I could walk the
Whatever.
neighborhood on my bobcat could walk the neighborhood on a leash. The only reason they snitched me out because I took him off the leash and let him run. Whatever. Okay, take a break, pay some bills. This is Real Estate U.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Associations. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We've built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in, we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Arts Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, barbsartsfloral.com and barbsartsfloralboutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Arts Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Now remember, this is Real Estate U Show here each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm always joined in the studio by the lovely Dina Ramos Salazar, who was recently kicked out of the Serial Killers Academy. Yeah. And then we have that dude over there, somebody. Yeah, his name is Mac Blankenship, but he is around here.
Mortgage man.
Yeah, but until you legally change your name, I'm not calling you that.
Yeah, that's an idea. That is an idea.
Yeah.
And remember, we're streaming live each and every week on 22 stations, but I can't name all of them. But it's radiotheboss.com on the Global Live Network, Facebook Live, Facebook TV Live, YouTube TV, FM TV, TuneIn, Roku, Vimeo, Apple TV, Vudu, Hulu, Sling, whatever.
Did you say tune in?
Tune in.
You did say tune in?
Yeah, tune in. Right. And there's some others up there that the stage was too cheap to put up on the window. Okay, anyway, I'm El Crane and they're not. It's not my fault. Okay, so, we got a lot of stuff going on in 2020.
Yeah.
We got Realtor Rendezvous.
Yes.
We have $1 Million Circle, of which our own Dina Salazar has qualified to be recognized by the Greater Houston Builders Association next month.
Yeah, that's
at
awesome.
the $1 Million Circle Awards.
I think I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna meet Gisela? She ain't welcome.
Yeah, me and Gisela's gonna go to that.
She ain't welcome.
Yeah.
She ain't welcome. Tell me she can't. I don't even want to see her in the building.
Now you know he's lying.
I know.
He'd rather see her than me.
I know. He sure would.
I don't want that woman within 10 feet of that building. Okay.
You know what he means to say? He don't want Mac within 10 feet.
That's exactly what he's saying.
So then we have that. We have Meet the Builder Socials. We're gonna have some Meet the Builder Socials.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. I have nothing to do. Come up with
but
something.
you ain't got nothing else to do.
I got nothing else to do. Till I get a girlfriend and stuff, just gonna be spilling out of me. All right. Then again, I don't think I need a girlfriend. Upon reflection. Upon reflection.
It might help his mood some. I don't know.
Debatable.
No,
if he comes in here one day all cheery and stuff, I'm going to wonder about that.
Yeah, because they're going to be, they won't, what I've found out, women, they won't have your walk-in closet. I can't have that.
They want your walk-in closet?
They want my walk. I got a huge walk-in closet.
Okay.
My walk-in closet is 12 by 12.
And do you take up the whole place?
Damn right. I don't need no help. Ivan, bring up that first one that I suggested to you, kind sir. He's so difficult. Ivan is just so difficult. Okay, this is where we're going next week. Bell Oaks in Beauverde. Scroll down, Ivan, to Castle Domain Custom Home. Click on their website. Yes. Yes, this is Castle Domain. Yes. This is the stuff that they're going to be building out at Beauverde. Right? And if you look at it, this is second home heaven.
Wow.
This is your second home. These are 1 to 3 acre sites. Okay? These are award-winning builders that are sitting up on bluffs. This is where we're going next Friday. This is one of the places we're going next Friday. In Beauverde at Bell Oaks, and Castle Domain is one of the custom home builders that has been approved for Bell Oaks. There's like 5 or 6 builders. But look at the quality and the craftsmanship. And look at that.
The view.
And this is the kind of stuff you'll see at Beauverde. That's where we're going to be at next week. That's where we're going to be at next week. So, Mac, you can't go. Because this is for realtors.
Realtors only.
Realtors, real estate professionals. Not people who are in the real estate industry. This is for real estate professionals. People who can write a 1-to-4 contract, which you can't. But you can. Okay. So, take that down, Ivan. And then go to that next MLS that I suggested to you, kind sir. Because, this is all about the things that Real Estate Youth Show is going to be doing in 2020. This is about exposure. This is about preparation. This is about maximizing opportunities and sales for our real estate partners, our mortgage partners, even him, all right, so that we can have even grander exposure in the marketplace. Now click on all photos. This is a new construction home right here in Memorial, 77024. Click through that, Ivan. And this is a brand new construction with a circular staircase. Go ahead and click through. Look at that.
I like it.
This is the beginning stages of it.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that.
Ooh.
This is what you saw.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfinished. Finished.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of places that we're having these luxury showcases. Unfinished. Finished. All right. So our luxury showcases are in these kind of environments because when it's slow time in the marketplace, luxury homes sell because they're not worried about school districts and things like that. Hell, they can't go to private school any damn way. Okay, these $2 or $3 million homes. But think about the craftsmanship. They're building the cabinets on location. You're not bringing this in.
Yeah.
They're building right there. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that craftsmanship and the beauty and the detail that they have up in there. So these are the things that we're going to be doing this year all over the Houston marketplace. We're going from Cypress to Galveston, Pearland to the Woodlands, and everything in between. Because when we start doing these road trips, Ivan's going to have to start meeting us out on location. Okay, whether he wants to or not.
Yes, Ivan.
I like that
Not
idea.
about Ivan, this is about me. Okay. Look at that there. Before and after. Before and after.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So think about it. Now, you guys go ahead and take that out, Ivan, because this leads us into the conversation with Mac about jumbo loans. So, Mac, when you're talking about these jumbo loans, and that's a $2.3 million house, new construction, right? So we're talking 10% down, 20% down?
20%.
20% down. So we're talking about $400,000 down payment.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is not, so this person that has to put down a $400,000 down payment to buy this new construction home, what else does the buyer look like outside of having that kind of cash on hand for down payment?
Because it's outside of the conforming limits, and I'm talking about, I'm not talking about non-QM. I'm talking just your traditional jumbo loans with attractive pricing. It does require really heavy documentation regarding income, assets, and just the overall ability to repay. Because it does not fall under Fannie or Freddie safe harbor rules. So I would just encourage people that buy in this price range. But you also have to keep in mind that a lot of people that are buying this price range, and we've talked about this before, have personal banking relationships or financial advisors or have assets that allow them to leverage.
Asset dissipation and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so there's outside of the traditional jumbo mortgage that we offer,
Right.
there are other opportunities that may exist for a person buying this home because of relationships and or assets that they own.
Exactly. But I found out
Because you had a transaction recently where they were buying $2.5 million, and they're putting 5% down.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And
With their
that's
private lending.
beyond the scope of something that
Yeah,
we could
because
offer.
we have we talked about Linda in our
Yeah.
closing. She has a $3.5 million sale at the end of the month, one of the agents in our mastermind class, and $3.5 million, 10% down.
10%.
Wow.
Yeah.
10% down.
Yeah. So I got to imagine that that particular borrower has a great deal of leverage with the lender.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
just saying, hey, I'm, you've got, $5 million of my money in your account. I want to
Right.
be able to buy this house with as little money down as possible, or I'll
Exactly.
go move that money,
Yeah.
And
$5 million
and that's
to
the
another
threat.
lender.
That's the basic threat, because those
Yep.
banks don't want to lose no deposits.
They don't
No,
want to
they
lose
don't.
those
They don't want
deposits.
no deposits or stuff
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right.
So, but now let's bring it down into that $600,000 to $1 million.
Okay.
What does that buyer look like?
That's usually a professional or self-employed person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're a little more flexible.
A little more flexible. Somebody maybe that's owned a home before. I don't see people buying their first home at $600,000 to $1 million. It's usually somebody that and I have a couple right now that I helped them buy their first home in the Garden Oaks area, and they've enjoyed a great deal of profit on that. Looking to buy in the Heights in that 680 range.
Right,
Yep.
okay.
And they're both professionals, high income earners, good credit, and it's just, for them it's just a matter of finding the right home.
Right.
Right. And because it'll more than likely be their last home.
Right.
Yep.
Now, there's a situation in the marketplace right now where a home buyer, they don't have a homestead currently, they're buying the model home in a new community, but they're leasing it back to the builder for a year.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah,
yet.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah. It happens all the
Yeah.
time.
I've
That's
heard
how
it.
they set the pricing. That's,
Yeah.
that's how they set the pricing.
Yep, I've heard of that.
So they're paying retail
Yeah.
for it, but the builders guaranteed them a profit based on a leaseback agreement
Yeah.
for 1 year. It's their home, but they are delaying moving into that home for 1 year. So it's their home, but it's not their home. You know what I mean? Because they're actually renting.
So it's an investment
It's an investment property.
It is
For
an
the
investment
people
property.
that are buying it, it's an
But
investment
they don't
property.
own their own home, so they're buying it as a first.
The way the paperwork reads in the documents that you sign at closing, and even in application states that you intend to move into that
Exactly.
home within the
You're
first
occupied,
60
exactly.
days, that you have
Right.
to do that. And if you make that statement that you intend to do that and not do that, then your loan could be due in full and payable. Because and I had a scenario where a young man bought a home, or actually put a contract to buy a house with a new home builder, and he didn't work with me because of the incentives that the new home builder offered, but the home wasn't ready by the time by the time his kids were ready to start school.
Yeah.
So, and he owned his other house, so he just didn't move in, right? House is done. He said, well, I'm just wait till next year. And the investor did an audit and sent him a letter. Said he had, I think, 90 days to pay the loan in full. And he was calling me to refinance it. And I suggested he move in.
Now, see,
And
you
or
just
sell
said
it.
something. An audit, okay? Because the person I'm talking about that's doing this, he said, what are they going to do? Come out there and prove I don't live there?
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll send you a letter saying you got to pay that loan off.
I've never heard of, because I'm so used to the loan being sold to somebody else at the table. I guess I'm so used to seeing that.
But even if it's sold to someone else at the table, a certain percentage of loans are audited and for fraud,
But
occupancy.
how random is that, though? I'm not trying to get
I
anybody
would
skate by.
suspect maybe at least 1 of 10, and I don't know what the requirements are if you own a mortgage company or.
Right.
But I think that there's a certain percentage of loans that have to be that are audited,
Okay.
and I know the company I'm looking at, they get audited a couple of times,
Oh, yeah,
a couple
because-
of times a year.
Yeah, because it's credit union. Though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Times
going to
a
take
year.
a break and come back for our final segment. And he's been here for a while.
He has.
Yeah, okay. We're going to pay some bills. Woo!
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Osborne Advisors, the official commercial mortgage company for Real Estate U on 91.1 FM The Boss. Again, that is Osborne Advisors for all your commercial mortgage needs. Osborne Advisors, REULoan.com. That is REULoan.com for all your commercial mortgage needs at 91.1 FM.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Eddie here, Platinum One Properties. We're creating the standard, building relationships. We're members of BROAC and GHBA, Greater Houston Builders Associations. These relationships have given us the ability and the opportunity to help you with your real estate purchases. We built relationships with lenders, title companies, and home repair services. We can come in and we can help you decide the way to sell your home, how to put it on the market, and the best value for it. At Platinum One Property, we want you to get the best deal and the best offer. Edward Anderson at 281-989-7987 or Dina Salazar 832-646-9054.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hey, I'm Sebastian de Villafranca. Together with Daniel Bisoño and Diana Mota, we will bring you the latest information regarding entertainment and gossip all the way from Mexico City. Join us for a really fun hour together only on KLNY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Okay, we're back. This is the final segment of January 11, 2020 in the year of our Lord.
I knew that was coming. I saw that coming.
I thought you were going to straighten up this 2020.
I just did. Okay, I'm Neil Crane, there or not. This is Real Estate U Show. We're here each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that is noon Eastern and 9 Pacific. We are joined in the studio by them. And I'm E.L. Crane, and they're not.
Right?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, gee. So.
We need to roll your eye, man. Ready?
There you
Yeah,
go.
1 and 2, 3.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Whatever.
jeez.
Such mean. They're so mean to me. It's just your evil.
You're just being EL.
Okay. So we have one more of our trusty luxury showcase properties to take
great.
a look at before we get into what Dina's doing next week, because we're hopefully Mac will get a damn job.
Yeah.
He wants Mac to get a job, and he wants me to find a husband. Mac's going to have that covered, though.
I got that covered, right? That husband part, that could be
Now,
really challenging.
that's something else. We're going to go there.
She's just so difficult.
Completely
Mac
Bring
will
that
get
up
a
for me,
job,
Mr.
though. We
Ivan.
know that.
Click on our photos, and this is also our good friend Jen Tran, 1.899 million in Afton Oaks, which is near the Galleria.
Yeah.
And Highland Village, stuff like
Great
that.
area.
And this, remember this house that you did a class at,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, did a
Yep.
class there. Was it a self-defense class?
Yeah, it was very well attended.
I
Is
said,
that the same house?
That's the same house.
Okay, yeah, I remember
That's
that
the
house
same
very
house.
well. Beautiful.
So we're going to do a luxury showcase here on January 30th.
Okay.
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 January 30th. Same thing. The pop-ups and the hors d'oeuvres and the whole shoot match. And we're going to have some different partners. We're going to have a mixologist at this one.
A mixologist. Can
Drinks?
you explain
A
that?
mixologist.
Oh, yeah. Is it-
Mixologist. Right. He has a plethora of different concoctions that he's going to experiment on the crowd.
Oh, great.
Yes, so we have the mixologist there. We'll have the DJ there. We'll have.
Is that like a biologist or a geologist?
Yeah, exactly. He's just a
Does-
mixologist.
yeah.
He's a mixologist.
Masters or doctors? in mixing
Master of alcohol. That's right.
I mean, there's some. It's like a chemist.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
So we're gonna have that there. We're also gonna have wine tasting there.
Oh, that's gonna be
So
fun.
wine tasting over here, mixology over there. We're gonna have Christina Green custom jewelry.
Okay.
We're going to have the men's shoe.
Our shoe friend?
No, this is men's shoes out of the Galleria. I can't think of the claim. Magellan men's Meslin men's shoes. Great shoes. But I put on a pair of shoes. Woo! But then I looked at the price, took them off. So,
How much were they?
$1,700.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, do you get a date with that? What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
So, but they felt so good. He's
Really?
like, these shoes feel so good. I don't need no woman. They got the shoes.
You know what? What's the oldest pair of shoes you have?
Oh, I keep my shoes. I get them resold all the time.
Well, there you go.
Because I am horrible on shoes. I will destroy a pair.
Yeah,
because
I can-
I've had all those knee
6'7".
operations. But no, it's more than knee operations. When my legs get tired, I drag my feet.
Do you?
Yeah. My legs get tired, I drag my feet. So yeah, but this is what we're doing on January 30th. And then the things that we have planned for February for our listeners and watchers, gonna blow them away.
Cool.
Between $1 Million Circle and honoring
Gina Salazar, Platinum One Properties.
Right? Platinum One Properties. Okay. You can take that down, Ivan. So next week, we got a lot of stuff going on. We have our Wise Wednesdays Mastermind Group Great Ideas.
Yeah, that was a great meeting.
Great
meeting. Man.
Was that realtors only too?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not about you. This is realtors only.
I'm going to start crashing some of these parties.
Look,
you know?
realtors in the
If I don't get a
disgruntled
job
black
next
man.
week, I'm definitely crashing
Exactly.
parties.
You should have crashed that one. It
I
was
should have
really
crashed that one.
excellent.
Yeah, so because what we're doing is we have realtors in the room sharing great ideas, mentoring each other, supporting each other, and giving them ideas to progress in their individual careers. Because what these agents in the room understand, don't know it all and never will. I have some strengths, you have some strengths. Like we went through about listings, what we had? We had those who educate to get listings. We have those who are confident when they go in about a listing. And then we have those who can guide them through the process. So it's different personalities on how you get these listings and stuff like that. Same thing. We had a lady in there, $3.5 million buyer. Where'd you get that $3.5 million buyer from? Okay. Then you had people in there, the largest transaction they've ever did is $400,000, but they got $2 and $3 million talent.
Yeah.
But they have to be taught how to go out and get these clients. But one of the things, my biggest takeaway was that reaching back to where you had previous success, reaching back. If you were successful in another profession, why would you not go back to that profession because you can talk the language and talk to those people
Specialize
about
in that industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that we're going to, and this is going to be every week, every
You know,
Wednesday.
and I've seen agents come out and say the medical industry and
Never reach back.
but go back to that and be
Right.
successful
Exactly.
with their contacts and their knowledge of that
But
industry.
you have a majority of those who don't reach back.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I hated that job. Who gives a damn about the job? What about the clients?
Selling real estate.
He's selling real estate.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So, we have those things going on. Then we have our field trips and our luxury field trips and stuff like that. No, you can't go. I'm the bartender.
Sound like a little school boy over
That's
there.
right.
We got a field trip.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I'm
got
so
a field
excited.
trip.
I
That's
can't
right.
wait.
And you can't go.
Yeah, he already has his little lunchbox ready and
Exactly.
everything.
I got my Superman lunchbox.
Yeah.
I got my Superman lunchbox.
And I'll have a parent pass.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Gazella pass. I'm going to get a
Yeah.
Gazella pass.
Exactly.
That says I can go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
So
he put her emergency contact in case you get sick on the bus.
See, there you go. Exactly. Motion sickness. So we have these things going on. Then we still have the faith-based initiative and the micro community program. And in all seriousness, when Mac goes official, he is going to have loads of stuff going on and loads of stuff doing stuff like that. But he needs to stop paying Gisela to his interview. That's the problem right there. You cheat Gisela with the interview. What, you can't go nowhere by your damn self?
He's not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
Come in here by yourself. What is she gonna do? Cash a check for you too? Okay.
But she is my screensaver, though.
He's a disgusting little human being over there. This is love stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I have a very simple philosophy about relationships.
What's that?
When you're leaving.
When are you leaving?
Okay, so you have that going on. Now, with the faith-based initiative, January 31st, we're having a big ministers meeting at our office.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it. You know, I just really love that idea.
Yeah.
You know, and just, you know, despite everything that you say, you know, that your involvement in trying to help those communities says a lot about your underlying character.
Underlying.
Underline.
You're
hidden.
At least I got some.
But you know, I really love that idea. You know.
But we have these things going on because one of the things I learned from my late father was individuals forget communities from where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like wrong as wrong could be, all right? Because any success you have was derived around where you was raised and reared at. You know?
Yeah, there's some truth to that. But
You know?
some communities you grew up in, you just want to forget.
Well, you know, true. But think about it. If you survived it,
Yeah.
that showed you the strength to come out of that.
Yeah.
So if you want to be impactful in your later life, you go back and reach back and say, what can I do to help this community so that others don't have to struggle to get out of here like I did? And that's what the whole faith-based initiative and the micro-community process is all about. But then you have individuals that want to lead, but they need somebody to guide them. So you have these mentorship programs like we're doing with the ministers. You have these outreach programs that the cultural real estate associations have, such as the Black Real Estate, the Hispanic, the Asian Real Estate Association, HAR itself, National Association, Real Texas Association of Realtors. Then you have a lot of conventions and events coming up where if you want to be impactful in the real estate industry, you got to show up.
Yeah.
You got to be in the room because you can't tell me I want to deliver and you don't even know what's out there to be delivered.
Mm-hmm.
There are many deliverables in the marketplace and most people just don't jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
I got thrown out of a meeting yesterday.
That's not surprising.
That's what I
you've
said.
been thrown out of. I mean, who gets thrown out of?
I've never
ROTC?
heard of anybody getting thrown out of events so often as you, Yo.
That's
What's
what
happened? What
Because
went on?
Well, I told them the truth. And
Oh Lord. Okay.
What did you say, filterless? What did you say?
Hey, Dana. 1, 2, 3. Roll your
I
eyes.
don't know. I have a hard time rolling my eyes.
Here we go
I
again.
usually just get like shocked and my eyes pop
But
out.
think about
It's
it.
like,
When did the truth become a bad thing? I was going over there to deliver one topic, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I tore that topic up because of something that happened on the way over there. And I said, you know what? We can't have success together unless we all work together. And everybody in here wants to be successful and claim reason for the success, but you don't want to help. So I'm not doing this by myself. So if you want to do this, we're going to do it together. Because I don't want to hear any excuses on the why not. So they was trying to get me to shush. LaDonna, she was over there. She was just mortified. So, and I said, no, I got this. I don't need no help from you. I told her just like
I can see this. I can totally see this.
She was I said, and she just sat back in her chair. She said, okay, I just can't do it, right? So then some of the people who were on my side jumped in and chimed in with me, right? So I finished my tirade.
One person?
No, 2 people.
Okay.
2 people.
I finished my tirade, all right? And I fielded some questions, and I pointed out, look, you want to be important, but you don't do no work. So the whole thing is, I raise your hand if you're getting paid for this job. Everybody in here is volunteering. They looked at me like, I said, let me tell you one other thing. I go all across the state teaching these classes about growing builder business, initiating opportunities, stuff like that, for everybody that don't look like me because of the Black Real Estate Associations. So I said, so is it a black thing? That's when they got mad.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? You're black, we're black. Exactly. So I've done this. I said, the Greater San Antonio Builders Association brought me down. NAREP has brought me in. OREA has brought me in. But you haven't. So that's telling me that you guys have a crab in a bucket mentality. That set them off.
Oh my goodness! No wonder.
No.
What? It was the truth. So,
And could you say that again? A crab what?
crab in the bucket mentality. Nobody's getting out of here.
You know, I grew up in Louisiana, right? I know what the crab in the bucket looked like, right?
I have never heard that expression.
Me either.
Let me out. Let me know. Come on back in here. We don't want anybody to win. Okay. So then a few eyes roll.
Oh my God. Yep. So
And-
we just rolled our eyes.
Okay. And they said, "EO, your time is up." I said, "Do I have to leave now?" They said, "Yeah, you're done."
Yeah, you're done.
But I got calls later on that said, "Thank you for speaking your truth." Thank you very much.
Well, you know.
Yeah, for the two people that were there that were on your side.
Yeah, what I'm going to tell you is to just be yourself. I mean, he can't, nobody can change who they really are and stuff like that. And there's just, like you said, sometimes the truth hurts.
Yep.
Sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong. If
Yeah.
if you're saying something and you feel that's your truth and somebody feels that that's not correct, then they should be not angry, but rather say, you know what, this is where you're wrong. You know, this is where, but if somebody's going to get defensive and not have anything to back it up, then,
And I didn't say, if you don't like what I'm talking about, kill yourself. So I think I had a good day.
you
I
cut
didn't
that
say
part out.
I kept that part
so
out.
he did a little bit 50% better than he would have in the past.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
some improvement.
So
and being offended is you give permission to be offended, and
especially when you invite me.
And after 26 years in the mortgage business, you just don't get offended anymore.
If you're in this industry, you can't really get.
You can't be thin-skinned.
No, you
Can't be
can't.
thin-skinned.
Just like whatever.
Okay, so we're gonna have a good week.
Just roll your eyes.
It's going to be a great week.
It's gonna be a great week, and we're not taking Mac with us. Okay, tell the people
It's gonna
bye,
be a good
Mac.
week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Real Estate Shoe Show. Class is dismissed.
We are broadcasting live.